Renegade Immortal Episode 131. In the previous episode, Wang Lin confronted the left-wing demon general, unleashing a terrifying, illusionary palm that shook the general's spirit to its core. Unable to tell whether the attack was real or mere deception, the demon general chose caution and conceded, returning 13 to Wang Lin and proposing an alliance for an upcoming power trial. With 13 safely back, Wang Lin departed and journeyed home. At the end of the previous episode, he returned to the soul refining tribe, where his people knelt and welcomed him as their long-awaited ancestor. What will happen next? Stay tuned. And the story continues. The central valley of the soul refining tribe was an area that belonged solely to Wang Lin. Right now, he was sitting inside the valley with 13 down on one knee before him. 13's eyes were filled with excitement. It had already been 3 days since Wang Lin returned to the tribe. And 13 had just been awakened by a spell. The moment he opened his eyes and saw Wang Lin again, his heart was filled with overwhelming gratitude and devotion. Over the next moments, Wang Lin learned from 13 what had happened over the past year. When the name Hu Pao came up, Wang Lin's expression darkened slightly. The fact that Hu Pao had disappeared from the dark prison was strange. Wang Lin had already used his powerful divine sense, sweeping across the entire city, yet he could not find even the faintest trace of Hu Pao's soul or aura. Hu Pao had been practicing the soul refining technique that Wang Lin himself had taught him. Normally, the control of all soul fragments refined through that technique would remain in Wang Lin's grasp. Yet, even through this connection, he could find nothing. It was as though Hu Pao had vanished from existence itself. If Hu Pao didn't die, Wang Lin thought to himself, then he must be in some mysterious place, hidden from my divine sense. There is no other explanation. After a moment of contemplation, he decided to give up pursuing the matter. He had already done what he could. His gaze fell upon 13 once more. The reason he had taken both Hu Pao and 13 to Ancient Demon City in the first place had been to test them, to see whether they were truly worthy of his teachings. If they passed, he had planned to impart new, stronger techniques to them. For Hu Pao, it would have been the art of soul extraction, a technique far more complex and demanding than soul refining. One that even Wang Lin himself had modified and would never casually pass on. As for 13, Wang Lin had once considered teaching him the ancient god tactic, but that idea was soon dismissed. Such a technique could never be taught to anyone. Over the past year, however, 13 had proven himself. Through loyalty, diligence, and resilience, he had passed Wang Lin's test with flying colors. Wang Lin could sense that 13's devotion to him was absolute, at least for several decades to come. From his past experiences on planet Suzaku, Wang Lin had obtained several treasures from the giant demon clan. When he had slain their ancestor, he had also taken his bag of holding. Within it, he had discovered many items, among them, a cyan jade slip containing a body cultivation method known as the 9 cultivations of the Titan. Now, as Wang Lin held that same jade in his hand, he scanned it with his divine sense and murmured, "This is it." The technique was divided into 9 levels, each one focusing on the tempering and strengthening of the physical body. After memorizing the contents, Wang Lin erased the final 3 levels and tossed the jade to 13. 13 caught it with trembling hands. His face filled with awe and deep gratitude. Overwhelmed, he knelt down again and kowtowed repeatedly. "Ancestor," he said fervently, 13 will only listen to you for the rest of his life. Guard the soul refining tribe well. Now go." Wang Lin's calm voice echoed through the valley as he waved his hand. A gentle breeze lifted 13 and carried him away. Left alone in the valley, Wang Lin sat quietly. Above him, the sky was covered by thick black mist. It was the aura released by his 1 billion soul flag, a powerful artifact used to nurture and refine soul fragments. Within this black fog, countless whispers and cries of wandering souls echoed faintly. "I felt safe leaving the flag here while I was in Ancient Demon City," Wang Lin thought, "but the capital is too far now. I can't leave it here any longer." As these thoughts settled in his mind, he closed his eyes and began to cultivate. Far away, thousands of miles to the west of the soul refining tribe. Almost halfway across the sky demon country, lay an endless desert. This place was infamous throughout the demon spirit land as a place of great danger. It was said that countless years ago, this desert had been an ancient battlefield where millions of soldiers had perished. The sands themselves were dark red, forever stained by blood. Outside this battlefield, an invisible restriction isolated the land from the outside world. Within its bounds, a young man sat cross-legged in silence. All around him floated more than 100 small black flags. Circling slowly without wind, black mist surrounded his body, drawing in restless souls from beneath the ground. Every few breaths, a violent surge of black energy erupted from the earth, howling as it joined the mist and merged into one of the small flags. The air was thick with death and resentment. 1,000 feet away, a black-robed old man observed in silence. His eyes were cold and emotionless. After a while, he finally spoke. "Enough. Finish up." The young man nodded, forming a hand seal. He gathered the flags, and they returned to his grasp, glowing faintly with eerie light. When he opened his eyes, his gaze was sharp, and his voice carried reverence. "Hu Pao greets benefactor." The old man nodded approvingly. "Good. Continue refining the souls of this ancient battleground. When you can control all the fragments buried here, there will be no place in the demon spirit land beyond your reach." Hu Pao's expression was filled with gratitude and admiration. "All of this is thanks to benefactor. You saved my life, taught me new spells, and brought me here to cultivate. I will never forget your kindness." The old man's tone remained indifferent. "If it weren't for your strange soul refining spell, I wouldn't have saved you. Your previous master returned to ancient demon city, fought against the demon general, and rescued 13. I was one step too late." Hu Pao's face twisted with complex emotions. "If I can refine all the soul fragments here, the first thing I'll do is kill Wang Lin." The old man frowned. "He taught you that soul refining spell. Why do you seek his death?" Hu Pao sneered bitterly. "He may have taught me, but it was for his own purposes. If not for him angering Sima Yan, I would never have been thrown into the dark prison. In the beginning, I still hoped he would come for me. But as time passed, that hope was crushed. When I was tortured, where was he? When I begged for mercy, where was he? My faith in him turned into hatred. If not for him, I would never have ended up like that. Fortunately, you found me, benefactor. On that day, I swore I would never be anyone's pawn again." The old man's cold expression slowly turned into a faint smile. "Good. You have the heart of decisiveness and vengeance. No wonder you caught my attention." With that, his figure blurred and vanished into thin air. Hu Pao clenched his fists tightly. His eyes burned with hatred as he whispered, 13 is too naive. He still believes in Wang Lin. But I now know the truth. To Wang Lin, we were just disposable pawns. Wang Lin, one day, when I unleash tens of millions of soul fragments, I'll make you face them. I want to see your expression then. Once I master the 4th level of the world-destroying suppression method, I'll have endless demonic power. Wang Lin, Sima Yan, just you wait." His words echoed coldly across the desolate land. Meanwhile, in the depths of that same ancient battleground, a black tower loomed. It was enormous, surrounded by faint rings of dark light that devoured any illumination that touched them. The tower stood silent and foreboding, filled with an aura of ancient majesty. At the top of the tower, the black-robed old man appeared once more. He knelt down on both knees before an ancient set of black armor. The armor was unlike anything of this era, engraved with countless swirling cloud patterns that shimmered faintly in the darkness. Though no life could be felt from it, the armor exuded a power that seemed to suppress even the heavens. Then, from within the helmet, 2 ghostly lights flickered to life, eyes that stared directly at the kneeling man. The entire tower trembled faintly, as if a celestial presence had awakened. The old man took a deep breath. "Your subordinate has investigated. The demon emperor of the sky demon country, Scorpio, has already reached the final stage 1,000 years ago, but he is still forcibly suppressing his breakthrough." The ghostly lights within the armor pulsed once, and an invisible chill spread through the tower. The old man trembled, his forehead beading with cold sweat. Then, after several breaths, the light dimmed and vanished, returning the armor to silence. The old man exhaled in relief. Whispering, "Yes," he stood, bowed deeply, and retreated to the lower level of the tower. Sitting cross-legged once more, he let out a long sigh. "If this boy Hu Pao can absorb enough soul fragments," he murmured, "then with the combination of that strange soul refining spell and my own alchemy skills, his cultivation will rise rapidly. When the time comes, I'll have him cultivate Master's momentary art, so that he can compress all his life force into a single hour of overwhelming power, enough to become one of the demon guardians." This soul refining technique is indeed mysterious, but I sense it hides some kind of flaw. Master cannot remain awake for long, so I cannot trouble him with such a small matter. If not for the fact that Hu Pao knows this mysterious soul refining spell, with his qualification and status, he wouldn't be worthy to become a demon guardian. But if this experiment succeeds... He paused, his eyes darkening. "I will have to go and check out that soul refining tribe." In this episode, we saw Wang Lin return to the soul refining tribe and reward 13 for his loyalty by teaching him a powerful body cultivation method called the 9 cultivations of the Titan. Meanwhile, Hu Pao, who had mysteriously vanished, was revealed to be alive in an ancient battleground, under the guidance of a mysterious black-robed old man. He refined countless soul fragments and swore vengeance against Wang Lin, believing he had been abandoned. The episode ended with the old man reporting to an ancient suit of armor filled with eerie power, hinting at a dark force manipulating events from the shadows. What happens next? Stay tuned for the next episode of Renegade Immortal. If you enjoyed this episode or found it interesting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to get notified about the newest episodes in Wang Lin's journey. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.